Zip had a check in his right back pocket, and that check was for $1 million.
Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal is sending shockwaves through the internet, dishing out some juicy tidbits about his ex-boss financial fails. Apparently, what everyone's been guessing all along is true, and Gene is now saying about laying his eyes on what he claims is the elusive $1 million check, supposedly the hush bounty payment for the 1996 Tupac hit.
I saw the check for Pac's. I guess it was for Pac's life.
And guys, this check is coming right from none other than the notorious New York gangster Jimmy Big Boss Henchman, the same person who was allegedly behind the 1994 shooting of the demised rap legend. You know, that wild scene where Pac got turned into a Swiss cheese sandwich with 5 bullets in the lobby of a Big Apple recording studio, while Henchman and Puffy played the waiting game upstairs. But you now may be asking how all this is linked to Diddy. Well, here's the biggest bombshell, guys. Online scuttlebutt suggests that Henchman might have greased the wheels of Puffy's bad boy startup with some rather illicit funding. And he also gave Diddy the money that were aimed to pay for Tupac's execution.
They didn't want him to say nothing.
Who orders it? Who ordered that? Puff? It came from the top?
It came from the top, yeah.
Wow.
Well, if you still have any doubts in Gene Deal's statements, let me remind you that Keefe, the man who is now arrested for Tupac's shooting, was singing exactly the same song for years. And his multiple revelations about that fateful night and the events that had led to the shooting of the rap legend, Keefe D firmly stated that Puffy asked him to take out Pac and his record label boss, Suge Knight. In his book, he wrote, Diddy said, "I have a couple of problems I need to be handled. Big CO, Suge Knight, and Pac." The gangster says he replied, "That's not a problem. We can make that happen." It's not something new for the hip-hop community that Diddy had issues with Pac after he released the diss track Hit 'Em Up. In this music video, starring impersonators of Biggie and Puffy, he threw some lyrical punches at Biggie.
Plus, Puffy trying to see me weak, hearts I rip, Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia.
Some folks think orchestrating a fatal hit as a payback for Tupac's diss track is a bit too much, but apparently, there's more to the story than just Puffy's jealousy and anger. Pac's desire to openly accuse bad boy artists of orchestrating the hit on him near that studio in 1994 probably stirred a lot of negativity inside Diddy, as the late rap legend didn't hold back, pointing at Bad Boy CO in his track. He rapped, "5 shots couldn't drop me. I took it and smiled. Now I'm out to set the record straight," adding who shot me. But yeah, punks didn't finish. Now, yeah, about to feel the wrath of a menace. So while throwing jabs at each other in tracks is quite a normal thing in hip-hop, even Pac's friends and colleagues were saying that the rapper crossed the line with his diss, and apparently, his song became the reason why Diddy handed over a cool $1 million to the Southside Compton Crips to make Pac disappear.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now.
The bombshell came on September 7, 1996, when Pac and Suge Knight's car got turned into Swiss cheese with 13 bullets. But the thing is, the gangsters never got the money for the job. There's a rumor in gang circles that after Tupac got shot, Puffy gave Zip $1 million that was supposed to be handed over, and Zip ended up keeping it. So Keefe D never got the money, and he even tried to get some justice, but constantly addressing Puffy on his interviews, reminding him about the job he had done for him. However, the money seems to have been lost for an indefinite amount of time, and the police got nothing at that time to frame Diddy for his crime. Now, with Gene Deal's revelations, everything may rapidly change.
To be honest with God, I saw the check. I just know the person who had the check, and I know what they told us what he got the check for.
And as many netizens are saying, it's time to put all the pieces of this complicated puzzle together and expose the previously unknown details of this high-profile case. As one person commented, if your name keeps popping up in all that mess, it must be true. And another user added, Diddy keep on deleting people without consequences. But guys, it even looks like Diddy was trying to distance himself from this shooting as much as possible, and the money didn't come directly from him. In case you didn't know, there are whispers connecting Bad Boy Records to the Black Mafia family. In the juicy pages of gossip columns in a 1998 Vanity Fair expose, they've gone spelunking into the murky depths of where Puffy got his moolah for Bad Boy. Whispers have long swirled around Bad Meth, those Black Mafia family cats as the mysterious benefactors behind Puffy's record label.
He was being supplied like everybody else. We are distributors.
Now, BMF, in case you didn't know, was a nationwide money laundering organization. It was ruled by 2 Detroit siblings, Big Meech and Southwest T. Paul, who, by the way, used to be Puffy's head of security. Now, it's one thing that they gave Puffy money for his label, but the things took a sinister turn for Bad Boy Records when Jimmy Big Boss Henchman entered the scene. The guy is not just known for his criminal record, but also for his stints as a record executive. The rumor mill suggested that Puffy might have got in on this financial adventure with Jimmy, with the cash trail originally coming from BMF, including that fat bounty on Tupac's head.
They knew he was going to get shot. I said they knew he was going to get dealt with.
And here's what Gene Deal meant by that. The whole story of Tupac's life basically deserves to be made by Netflix, since it has many twists and turns. And the most shocking twists of all, Tupac was scouted by Diddy and Bad Boy Records. As Pac's brother revealed in his interview, he considered going to Bad Boy because he wanted to be on a black label. He wanted to be with his people. He wanted to be with the brothers. You know what I mean? He supported black business. Tupac reportedly turned down the request because of that infamous 1994 shooting and robbery. However, as many people are saying, prior to that incident, the late rapper had a great relationship with Diddy and Bad Boy.
Since they was going to all kind of clubs and all kind of spots and all kind of restaurants.
So after that 1994 shooting, Tupac was having none of this bad boy business and even dared to throw jabs at that with his song. Well, it seems like Puffy was mad because having the rap legend signed to his label could bring Bad Boy to new heights. And apparently, he played a hand of adding troubles into Pac's life. In 1995, just a month ahead of the release of his third studio album, Me Against the World, Pac dealt with something way more serious than album sales: an arrest, conviction, and incarceration. Pac was sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison after he was found guilty of mistreating a female fan named Ayanna Jackson. The girl claimed that she and the rapper had been physically intimate a few days prior to the incident. However, she stated that when she met the rapper and his friends at the Parker Meridian Hotel in New York City that fateful day, the group proceeded to mistreat her. The rap legend claimed during a 1994 appearance on the Arsenio Hall show that the encounter was consensual.
I can't say it, but okay. It just bothers me so much to get to this point, to have a woman said I took something.
So, despite his weight in the industry, the rap star ended up in cuffs shortly after, and his so-called Haitian Jack became his co-defendant. But get this, somehow, in a crazy turn of events, Haitian Jack's case was separated from Pac's, and the guy didn't do any time. It's been highly discussed in the hip-hop community that Haitian Jack was a snitch. Pac later dropped the bombshell that Mike Tyson had given him a heads up about Haitian Jack, suggesting he might set him up. And it just proves what Gene Deal has been saying. Someone out there was trying to mess with Pac's life, and I guess we all the answer.
Puff can't stand Tupac.
But here's the twist. After 9 months of being locked up, Tupac was released on October 12, 1995 on a $1.4 million bail that was put up for him by notorious label boss Suge Knight. In exchange for getting him out, the rap legend went on to release 3 records under Suge's record label. But we all know how this ended.
It was a moment that changed the landscape of music forever and has been at the center of conspiracy theories ever since.
Now, there's a big question rising to the surface. Will the main culprit behind this crime ever get arrested? Many fans can't wait to get to the happy end of the 3 decades-long investigation, and apparently, they have a very good idea of who's to blame. As one person commented, damn, the mere fact that the beef started because Tupac wouldn't sign with Bad Boy. At the time, Pac was bigger than all of them. Why would he do that? Puffy a hater. And another user added, this is getting really good. If Diddy goes down, that's going to sink the entire industry. Everyone is going to turn on each other. Well, it seems like with more evidence that keeps surfacing, this investigation will be over right before Thanksgiving, guys. And now I have to ask you all a question. Is an end of Diddy's freedom and his left a trace that will earn him a huge jail time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to check my other videos.